Hello everyone, it's Friday, January 4th, 2018. Of course, Wednesday was New Comic Book Day, and this is the first opportunity I had to do a video, so we're going to do that video right now. I'm going to show you what I picked up this week and last week, even though there was only 3 books I picked up last week because it was a very small week. That's why I did the vintage cover video instead of a new comic book video. And then I got a question from a viewer as it relates to how I buy collections and how I do my cost breakdown. So I will talk to you about that. And then I bought myself a Christmas present that I'm going to show as well. So let's jump right into the books. This week, of course, with the release of Conan, the new storyline, which I didn't pick up this week because there's going to be tons of them out there, but I am looking forward to getting that. But I did pick up a couple Conan books on the True Believer titles. So here's a reprint of #1. You cannot go wrong with that. Really nice book. And for $1, you don't lose. And then an additional Conan book there. I cannot remember the number of this book off the top of my head, so I apologize for that. But again, it's $1. And those were the only True Believer books I picked up. So last week I picked up a couple of, just a couple of books because it wasn't a big week. Again, like we mentioned in other videos, in the last video. First one I picked up, I'm enjoying this storyline, Boom Studios, and some of you have sent me messages saying I'm liking it too. Bone Parish #5, cover A. And Virgin variant cover. Really good story. And again, like I stated in a past video when this first came out, this has TV show written all over it because it deals with a lot of subjects that are real popular for shows. And the other book I picked up was the Superior Spider-Man #1. Of course, there's that Stan Lee bar again, like we talked about. You know, I just put the comic books on there. You know, Stan Lee passed away. It's a great loss. We know that, but let's move on. So there's the Superior Spider-Man #1. This week's books. Batgirl 30. Beautiful cover right there. We say this, I say this every week. The Batgirl covers have been some of the best looking covers. Just does a really good job of, you know, working those up. Marvel Knights #5. Daredevil, Black Panther, fighting it out. Of course, I am wearing a Daredevil shirt today. I bought this because it was kind of a classic cover on a comedic side of it. This is Old Lady Harley #3, of course, homage to Bane breaking Batman's back. There we have a female Bane, and she's snapping Harley's back. So I had to grab that. Because again, I'm all about the covers on a lot of these books. Boom Studios, The Empty Man #3. Batman Beyond 27. A lot of little jokers right there on that. So really nice B cover there. A lot of people got away from this next storyline because, you know, when it came out, people were jumping all over the early runs of this book, you know, 1, 2, and 3. It slowed down a lot, but the storyline is still really, really good. This is Animosity #18 from Aftershock. Action Comics 1006. From Image, this is Unnatural #6. This is their risque cover, not really risky. Actually, I believe this was the only cover they came out with. They had a couple of others they've been coming out with the previous issues that are, you know, pretty, you know, risque, as you would say. Great storyline. If you haven't read this, read this book. It's a really, really good storyline. That's #6. Heroes in Crisis #4. Nice Harley cover right there. One of the better Marvel storylines that have come out in a long time featuring the Hulk. This is Immortal Hulk #11. Really nice cover right there. Coming out of the depths of hell. And like, again, really, really good story. So if you haven't started reading this, please do. I think you will enjoy it. I mean, the next one, Deadpool #8. Who is not going to ride a roller coaster pig? I know I am. That. Detective Comics, $9.95. Of course, this is leading up to 1,000, which is coming out very soon upon us. Can't believe a lot of these issues have hit 1,000 already. Really nice cover right there. Alfred looks like he's had a little too much of the liquid refreshment. And they are starting to take pre-orders for number 1,000. And I looked at what was coming out. And, of course, Bernie Wrightson. They went into the old files and they found a Batman cover that he did that they're going to put on one of the 1,000 issues. So, of course, I pre-ordered that because, you know, Bernie Wrightson is a legend and one of my all-time favorite artists. I've mentioned that several times, so that was a no-brainer for me. The cover price on these, you knew DC was going to do this. The 1,000 books are $9.99 a piece, $10. And then they have a retrospective book that's coming out that is $29. That's 460 pages. I also pre-ordered one of those because I think that's going to be a pretty nice book as well. Walking Dead, $187. Wonder Woman, $61. B cover. Wonder Woman, $61. A cover. Again, the B covers are the more popular covers, but I try to get them both just for the collection. And this is my choice of cover of the week. This is Detective Comics 995 B cover, and I saw this cover, I was all over it. That is a great looking cover right there. Batman on the bottom under the gates. You got Joker, Mr. Freeze, Penguin, Riddler, and Scarecrow. Just a great, I mean, that's a great looking Joker right there. Just a great, great looking cover. And so that is my choice for cover of the week. So, Christmas coming up. I know my wife and I exchange gifts. We keep a certain amount that we, we'll spend on each other. We don't spend a lot of money on gifts because we buy things throughout the course of the year. So getting a Christmas present is really never a big thing for me. So she said, get something that you want, pick something that you want. And so I thought about it a long time, and so I grabbed from my friend Brian at Cosmic Comics, I treated myself to the Moon Knight statue. This is limited to 3,000. Really, really nice detail. Of course, the handwritten number on the bottom right there. And again, just a really cool looking statue right there. I've always been a big Moon Knight fan. When I saw this statue, I had my eye on it for a while and just didn't know if I wanted to pull the trigger on it, but I finally did, and it looks really, really nice on the shelf. So, Brian, thank you from Cosmic Comics for having that for me. I appreciate it, so thank you very much. So, I had a question from a viewer who said, when you buy collections, how do you do your cost and price breakdown? Now, I do things differently than a lot of people. I didn't have a storefront, so I didn't break down every single penny. I like things real simple. I don't like to put a whole lot of thought into certain things, but I just want to see the bottom line number. It's one of the courses I took that says you can do it this way, and it works out really good. So I'm just going to kind of give you a basic understanding of how I purchase collections and how I break down cost factor for things. So when I put comics in the bags and boards, I always use 3 boards and a bag. And I consider that just the cost of doing business. You don't charge people for bags when you go to the store and they put your items in one of their paper bags or plastic bags. That's just part of doing business. I consider bags and boards just part of doing business. I don't pass that on to the consumer. That's just something that, that's the cost of doing business because I want my product to look good. So when I buy a collection and I buy, we'll say 20 books and I pay $100 for that book, my bottom line is I paid $5 a book. Now, when I do that, people say, well, you're going to, lose money on things. And I don't look at it like that. I look at the overall profit margin for all 20 books in my head when I look at it. So if I buy 20 books and there was maybe 5 or 6 that I really, really wanted, and you got to buy the extra junk that, usually comes along with buying a collection, I don't worry about that. So if I have the 20 books and I paid $100 for them and my cost is $5 a piece, and I rebag and board them because I want them to look nice, either in the Mylar or if it's just more modern books that I'm buying in the collection, I will just have that $5 price on there. So if I sell the book for $3 or it's a $3 book, people say, oh, you took a $2 loss. Well, yes and no, because there's another book in that collection that I might sell for $50 and I paid $5 for it. So even after, adding up the prices, I made a $45 profit on one book and I lost $2 on another book, in my mind, that's still a plus $43 profit for me. Because again, I don't want to put a whole lot of thought into it. I want things to look nice, and I'm just real easy, cut and dry. There are people who break down every penny. You know, I sell the book for $3, but I got to charge another 25 cents because I put a bag and board on it. I don't do all that. Okay, it's very simple. If I buy 1,000 books and I spend $1,000 on those 1,000 books, I paid $1 each for those books. That's how I look at it. And I'm okay with that. It's real easy to do that. Again, some of you out there might not understand that process. They might think, well, you know, you're taking a loss on books. That's really not smart business. It's smart business to me because I look at the overall profit margin for the individual collection that I have. I buy a certain amount of books. I know what I'm going to get for those books. And that's my profit margin, because it might take you 2 months to sell a collection. It might take you a year to sell a collection. So you got to look at the overall number at the bottom line. So that's how I do it. I mean, it might not seem, you know, business savvy to some, but to me, it's worked very well over the years and all the time I've been doing this. So there it is. Thank you for the question. I hope that answered, your, you know, your question you had. So that's pretty much all I have right now. There'll be another video next week. I'll have some shout outs to some customers or to some viewers that I want to give a shout out to. Again, you probably see the Batman light. That was a gift from a friend, Joe, who owns Fire Force Comics. His wife gave that to me. I appreciate that. And then the Wonder Woman light up here, boom, where my finger is. Just another addition. I put some new prints up on the wall that you may or may not be able to see, because with the new lighting system I'm trying, you know, I tried to have to adjust the angle of the chair that I sat in. So I'm trying to, you know, freshen it up a little bit and change it up. So hope you liked the video. But as always, if you didn't, nothing I can do for you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.